we have Gina Bullio. Gina is a first-year DVC student and advocate of Power of Confidence. She's the current president of her school's investment society, where she promotes increased financial literacy and the power of independence. Through her work with various Bay Area nonprofit organizations, she has come to recognize the importance of education. Today, she will discuss the power of using uncomfortable, as she believes that fear fosters growth. Let's welcome Gina.
I have a confession to make. I used to be terrified of putting myself out there. Not in the stereotypical hides behind a tree at the side of a stranger way, but in the quiet, day-to-day moments that really mattered. For years, I hid in my comfort zone, petrified by the thought of walking into a room where nobody knew me, where they could judge me. Residing in my own solitary bubble of comfort allowed me to banish any and all negative emotions associated with new experiences. A flawless plan, right? No. I learned that embracing discomfort is the foundation of growth if we let our fears strengthen us. In my efforts to avoid all uncomfortable emotions possible, I ended up forfeiting countless opportunities to enrich my academic and professional careers, like student council and club involvements. My loyalty to my comfort zone took priority over just about everything else. And I had completely disregarded potential benefit. So I stayed dormant. That is, until my junior year of high school. Being an avid reader, I spent many days in the aisles of my favorite bookstores. I felt safe there, as the age-old texts shielded me from the terrors of the outside world. One day, about halfway through 11th grade, while browsing the aisles of my favorite San Francisco bookstore, I stumbled across an advertisement, a call for new volunteers by an organization called the Prisoners Literature Project, which sent donated books to prisons all around the world to promote intellectual development and rehabilitation. This prophet's mission stuck out to me, and I surprised myself by aiming to volunteer on the spot. So I signed up. I eventually got in contact with admin, geared up, and scheduled my very first volunteering session. At this point, just about every anxious thought was running through my head. It was like a big red stop sign was yelling at me to halt and turn in the opposite direction, to go as far away from this experience. Hide under my covers and be consumed by comfort. But I had made a commitment to show up, and even I knew at this point that my magical comfort zone couldn't protect me from the guilt I would feel from bailing. So, although it was scary, I showed up. My first day rolled around, and I was more anxious than ever. Nobody in that room knew my name. The stress was almost debilitating. But as the day went on, it was actually pretty fun. I was able to connect with other volunteers that shared my passions, and it felt really good to be a part of something that inspired me. That afternoon completely transformed my mindset. I no longer feared the uncomfortable, but chased it. I yearned for new ways to push myself, as I knew that my success depended on it. As senior year rolled around, I had been able to implement myself successfully into my school and city communities through club leadership and nonprofit volunteering. I continued to push myself, and soon enough, my efforts had resonated in my academic and artistic lives as well. School, which once felt like a constant, never-ending uphill battle, transformed into a mental challenge of grit. Homework became a contest between my human desire for comfort and my new, conscious desire to succeed. As I welcomed my college years, it was imperative that I push myself, because that's how I was going to make myself prominent. Last November, I impulsively auditioned for San Francisco's Cathedral of St. Mary's of the Assumption's mixed semi-professional chorus. Now, I've been singing for just about my entire life, but definitely lacked the music theory necessary for this strenuous vocal commitment. But if the last 2 years had taught me anything, it was to dive headfirst into necessary discomfort for its ability to produce irreplaceable results. So, after barely scraping by my sight singing audition, I was finally a member of the chorus. At first, the music notes on the pages of our music echoed far-gone memories of my childhood choral days, rendering in me only confusion and frustration. So, I kept showing up. It was hard, and that's why it mattered. And in a matter of months, I've been able to refine my music skills to sing amongst performers who continue to inspire me every day. Not because they've never failed, but because they've utilized that failure to promote success and personal growth. Embracing discomfort does not have to look like making yourself miserable or plotting against your own best interest, but using failure and using challenges to grow. Success does not have to look like a trophy or a dollar sign or a gold medal, an A+, or a new world record, but the accessibility of progress through perseverance and authenticity.